Today I'm going to show you how to build a simple iMovie. So you'll go here to the plus sign and click Create New. Now you have the option to create a movie or a trailer. A trailer is pretty cool. It looks like movie trailers. But today we're just going to do a simple iMovie with a combination of videos and pictures. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is import your media. This is where all of your media is going to live that you're going to pull in to your movie as you build it down here on the bottom. And this is your preview screen over here. So first thing we're going to do is import the media. I have created a folder over here on my desktop labeled iMovie example, so it would be really easy to find. So technically I could drag and drop it in this way, but I'm going to show you how to insert this way. So go here to my iMovie example. And I have a combination of movies, see movie, MP4, and then some JPEG images. So I'm just going to select all of these. And yes, I am using the State Cheerleading UIL videos and pictures. So I'm going to import all of these. So they're going to be up here. And I can see as I scroll through kind of what it looks like in the preview. This is also a movie and a movie. No, it's an image, and then another video, and then an image. Okay, so this is when I kind of decide where I want to put everything because I'm going to drag it and drop it in order. So let's see. This is a video, and a picture, and trying to see this. Which one was the first one I took? I think I imported the wrong movie because this one's actually one I put on Instagram. But, because it looks like a square, you notice it's square in orientation. These are rectangular. So these are like from my phone regular, and this is one I put on Instagram. But that's good because you'll be able to see all the things you can do to make it look right within the actual movie. So I'm just going to start dragging and dropping these in. I'm going to take this movie and I want it to be here. Or I could just click the plus sign if I wanted to. But if I want to put them in a different order or move them around, you also have the option to do it that way. So there is a movie and then another movie. And we'll scroll to the end of this one. And this is another movie I pulled from Instagram, obviously. And then I'm going to do a picture of the girls and then a picture of the awesome crowd they had watching them, and then a picture of my kids and I. Okay, so scroll back here to the beginning. Now, if at any time this is either too wide for me or not wide enough, I can go up here and I can control that by stretching it out. If you notice, you can see the sound, where the sound waves are, where they're quiet or where they're loud. Along the bottom, if you squinch it up too much, you won't be able to see it as granularly. So that's just total personal preference. Okay, so this one's going to be okay. I can make some adjustments if I want to. And all the adjustments would be up here at the top. So let's go through them. If you wanted to change the color tone, I don't mess with this. If you wanted to do color correction, I usually don't mess with this. I have messed with this before because if you want to crop something or make it fit, this is where you would go. On the picture and the video that I pulled from my Instagram, you will see how I'll use the Ken Burns in just a minute. If you want to change the way, sorry, I want to stop. I guess I gotta click off of it. There we go. Maybe that's not an option. Come on. You hear me beating my trackpad over here? I should be able to change the volume. Maybe the clip isn't selected anymore. I guess that was a problem. The clip wasn't selected. So, okay. So make sure the clip has a yellow box around it, and then you can go in here and change shaky video. Or I have done this before. If anytime I want to voice over the top of it, so I could record myself talking over the top of this video, and if I did, then I could change the volume of the main video to go lower below my voice if I wanted to. And then background noise, I've used that before. If there's a lot of talking in the background, take that out. You can speed it up, slow it down. Once again, color, and then duration. So if you do pictures and you want the picture to stay on the screen even longer, I think pictures automatically kind of give you a scroll up here to the pictures. They usually stay about 4 seconds. You can see that right there on the box. So I can make my pictures stay 10 seconds so people will want to see them longer. And you see how it kind of zooms out and in as I go through the video. That's called Ken Burns. So that's right here. So Ken Burns, you can make it say where you want it to start and where you want it to end. So let's say one of these girls is my child. They're not. Well, they're all my kids, because they're commerce kids. I love them. But let's say that one's my kid. So or right in there. She's right in there somewhere. And I want to start there with her, or I want to end with her. So this is the ending and that's the beginning. So when I make that adjustment and click out of it, you can see I go from this video and then I zoom in on my child. Okay, then it switches to another one. Okay, so that is just some of the edits that you can make within pictures. If you have a picture that is in portrait mode instead of landscape, you will have to adjust the Ken Burns because sometimes it looks kind of crazy. It's pretty smart in that it tries to make it look the best it can, but sometimes it's not exactly what you want it to be. So I'm going to go back here kind of to the way it was because I don't want to leave any of the girls out. Zoom. Come on. There we go. Okay, so fix that one. Now this one right here, this one, I might even want to start it a little. Maybe start here on the mat to kind of show where we are and then move it to where it shows the people. And I want to zoom in on people as much as I can without cutting them out. So that's where it's going to start and then it's going to end here. So I can actually press the space bar on the keyboard at any time to play. Okay, so you'll see how it moves. And if it seems like it moves too fast, you can change the time on that. So go to the eye, and then you can change the duration to 10 seconds or however long you want it to be, and that'll make it not seem so choppy. And then when it renders, it'll be even better. And then here, this is a good example. This is a rectangular picture. So I'm going to go ahead and change the time to 10 seconds. And then I'm going to do change my Ken Burns here. And I want it to not really cut us out ever. So I'm going to make the start and the end the same size. Whoa. Around the same size. Okay, and I may have it start right here above Gus's head and then end about there. So it has this all pretty much in the picture. Let me scoot this over a little bit more so it doesn't show any of that black. Then, so this will just be a subtle movement down and over. Let's see what that looks like. Move it over here, space bar, and you'll see kind of how that moves. Not perfect, but you could also just, since the top shows Gus, just move it up a little bit more so he's in there longer, and you could do it like this. Okay, all kinds of options. So that's the beginning. So we have the video, we have pictures. You can put the pictures in between the videos if you want to. So this is your time of transition. So you can click on this transition bar or put something. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Close precision editor. I don't want to make it that fancy. So okay, let's see right here in this transition. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, it just kind of goes straight into it. Now, if I wanted to give it something cool, I can go up here to transitions and I can make it do all those cool, like PowerPointy style transitions. So I can make it curl, I can mosaic it, I can cube it, and it'll show you kind of what it looks like if you drag over it. So let's just be fancy. Let's do a swap. So I'm gonna drag the swap there, and it's a 1 second transition. It'll tell you that. So space bar, and then ooh, fancy. Now this is a square. I don't like that. So I'm gonna see if I can change the Ken Burns of this square here. And I want to make it's making it fit now. I want it to crop to fill. So I actually want this to be a rectangular video, just like the rest of them. So I'm going to make it crop to fill, enter, and then when it transitions, it goes to another rectangular file that fills my screen. Okay. And you can see where it gets really loud. You can see the yellow lines. Okay. So pause. Now, so that's a transition I just showed you. You can also add titles. So at the beginning here, if I wanted to add a title, or let's do backgrounds first. Let's say I don't have a background and I wanted to I want the curtain to open on this performance. So I add a curtain here. Okay. And it can be as long as you want it to be. It's 4 seconds at this point. And then within my background here, I want to add a title. I don't want to do, well, curtain's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to keep this, I don't think. I have all these choices to put as my title. So I can do, Star Wars, Far, Far Away, clouds, scrolling credits. Let's do this one. Well, that's not going to look very good on there. Let's just do a plain, something nice. Let's do this one. Whoops, where'd that go? Okay, I'm going to do that. Undo that. I don't want that there. That's the title. The little purple tag is the title. I'm going to click that and I'm going to delete it. Go away. Okay, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to drag this title down here. And the title will start wherever I want it to. So I can drag it. Come here, drag it to where it'll start in the middle. So if I want it to be just curtain for a minute, just curtain, and then boom, there goes my title. And then my title will actually stay there as long as that purple bar is there. So if I want my title to stay throughout the whole thing, I can double click on that title on this purple. And I can extend it this way. Okay, so I can make it as long as I want it to be. But for this purpose, I just want it to be as long as my video clip, which is going to be 4 seconds. Is my curtain. I'm going to move it here, and then I can go here and I can edit it. So okay, so there's my title. If you want to change the font, you have all those choices: font size, font, the look of the font. There's not a ton, but there are some options there. So I'm just going to keep it the way it is. So at this point, I have a title on my curtain, and then I have my transition. Okay, if I wanted to do a transition, go to transition, and let's say I want to open the door, like I want to open the curtain and put it right there. So see what it did? It's keeping, if you scroll really slow, hover really slow over the top of it, you can see that everything kind of fades as it comes into it. Okay, so now we have the cheerleaders. Now, if the cheerleaders aren't loud enough or are too loud, I can select that clip. I can go in here and choose volume, and I can choose to turn them up to 400%, but see what happens to their yellow bars. I mean, like they are like way high. It's like way too loud, like blowout speakers. Your people watching the video will have to adjust it. Okay, so there's that. Lower the volume of other clips. Where that will come into play is if you do decide to add other outside audio. There's all kind of sound effects, and you can bring in iTunes video, iTunes songs, sound effects. There's theme music, Foley, booms, ambiance work. So let's just do sports. No, I don't like any of those. Sound effects. I wonder if there is clapping. Some of these have like cheering. That would be cool. Crowd boo. No. Crowd children. No. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but maybe people. Yeah, clapping. Kids cheering, sitcom laughter, recital crowd applause. Let's see what that sounds like. It's almost too fancy. Stadium crowd applause. There we go. Yeah. So let's actually add this to the opening. Let's pull this down here and see it goes right below. So if I click my space bar, but I don't want that to keep going through that whole clip. It does kind of fade off though. That does sound really cool though. But let's say I didn't want it to be that long. Okay, let's say if I really wanted to end here at the curtain, I can select it, grab this bar, pull it in, shorten it. I'll do it right there. And then, as you can see, it's pretty loud right there at that point in time. So I can press the space bar and see it's still really loud, and then boom, nothing. That sounds really bad. So I can grab this little circle here. See a little circle? I can pull it in, and it'll start fading it out for me. So here, space bar, and it fades it out. So it's not like boom, done, abrupt. It's a little bit of a transition. Okay. So that looks pretty good for now. I have all my pictures in there that I want. I have transitions. Now let's say I want to talk over this. Like right here is nothing. Okay, so this is a video. This has some sound. Well, it's supposed to. I wonder why it doesn't have sound. That's so weird. I don't know why that didn't have sound. I should have pulled my original video, but okay, we're just going to roll with it. So this is just a picture. If I wanted to add some audio and I wanted to add some music, let's go. I want people. What am I thinking of? Sound effects. Texture effects. No. There's some music. Motions and transitions. There's some music. Maybe iTunes? It's not in iTunes. I can pull in sounds from iTunes, but that's not what I'm thinking. Let's go back. Maybe GarageBand? No, it's not GarageBand. Hold on. Not going to spend too much time on this either. One more thing. It's in the trailers. Theme music? I think it's theme music. Oh, there it is. So these are just like little fun sound clips. So bright or modern or neon. That'd be pretty cool. News, no. Playful. No, it's too simple. Not like neon for this purpose. It sounds really funky and cheerleady. Made up my own word. But neon is a minute long. So I'm going to put this here and I'm going to go down to the end of neon and I'm going to make it shorter. I don't need it to be all that long. Drag it in. And then I just don't want it to end. Well, I might do a closing. So let's put this here. There's your second place Commerce Tiger cheer. Look at that awesome crowd that came to visit them, and we had so much fun. I might want to say that. So, okay, see how that ended abruptly, but you know we can fix that. So I'm going to add another background here to the end. And I'm just going to do plain old black. And then I'm going to add a title. Let's do... I don't know how big this will be when I add what I want to add. Name. URL 3A 3A URL. I don't even know how to word this. UI 3A state URL cheer championships. doesn't look right. P-I-O-N-S-H-I-P-S. Okay, so second place, UIL state. State UIL to champions. Hey, that works. Okay, so let's say that I want to add some audio. I want to add myself talking, but I think I have to record that beforehand. I don't think I can actually do it in here. You can do that on. Oh, there it is. Maybe I can. Maybe right there. Click that. Oh, hold on. I want to do that. I don't want to do it right there. Put it right there. Delete that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to record. I am so proud of these ladies. They fought hard, did a great job at competition, and look at that crowd. A huge commerce crowd came to cheer them on, and my family and I had a great day cheering them on. Way to go, second place state champions. Whew. Okay, let's see. Now, see how the music is doing weird things? Okay, so that sounds pretty good, but I want to extend this neon. It automatically lowered neon for me, and then as I stopped talking, it brought it back. It brought it back up, but that's going to end really abruptly. So I'm going to kind of fade that in just a smidge. And then if I wanted to make myself louder, because I'm not ever going into the yellow. So I'm going to highlight my audio track, and I'm going to lower the volume of other clips, which is already selected, but I'm going to turn myself up to 200. I might turn myself up just a little bit more. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. I am so proud of these ladies. They fought hard, did a great job at competition, and look at that crowd. A huge commerce crowd came to cheer them on, and my family and I had a great day cheering them on. Way to go, second place state champions. Okay, pretty cool, huh? You could always add an iMovie by at the end. So all kinds of options. I'm not sure what's wrong with this clip. I don't want it in here anymore because it doesn't do anything as far as sound. It doesn't, you can't hear them. So I hope that gives you some ideas of things you can do with iMovie. I didn't add a transition here. So, while I'm doing it, let's just go ahead and transition from the movies into the pictures with a transition. Let's do the cube. So I'm going to drag that right in there. I am so proud of these ladies. They fought hard, did a great job at competition. Turned out pretty good. Okay, so it's over. Now it's time to make it into the actual movie. So you can save it to your computer, close, or you can click over here, the share button, and you can add it to the theater. You can email it, put it in iTunes, YouTube, all these different options here. I think what I've always done is I usually upload it into YouTube, whatever I build, and then I can either share it publicly, I can share it to where anyone with the link can see it, or I can make it just viewable on my private page. So all those different options. If you're going to burn it to a disk, you'd want to put it on a file and then burn it to a disk. But for now, I'm going to upload it into my YouTube channel and share this out for anyone that wants to learn how to make an iMovie. Okay, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I hope this has helped you learn how to build an iMovie.